Good afternoon and happy hump day, guys. It's Wednesday, August 9th, 2017. This is the Daily Mix TV's afternoon edition. Look, I hate starting an afternoon this way, but unfortunately I have to. I wanted to give a quick shout out and a rest in peace to country legend Glen Campbell, who passed away yesterday of Alzheimer's at the age of 81 after a very long and courageous battle. Guys, my step-grandfather passed away from this horrific disease, so please, if you could, donate to the Glen Campbell Memorial Fund at Bright Focus Foundation through careliving.org. We've all watched as Campbell, who's known for 21 top 40 hits, including Rhinestone Cowboy and Wichita Lineman, fight the good fight to raise awareness of the need to combat Alzheimer's disease. He was working until the very end. Now, according to the Federal Reserve, American household credit card debt has just surpassed the peak set back in 2008 to over $1 trillion. The last time our debt even remotely approached this mark was when the financial crisis hit. Now, one reason for this that is being cited is that banks are issuing credit to consumers that have below average credit scores. Granted, they're doing it with lower spending limits, but they're still issuing the credit in the first place. Now, defaults have also risen, and analysts are warning that the steady pace of rising interest rates combined with that debt is going to create a volatile mix. Really? Duh? Last time analysts made such a dark and yet vague prediction, we ended up in a global recession. My point is this: if banks are truly interested in helping consumers to not default, they need to raise and issue responsible credit education programs for their customers and help them to recover higher credit scores. Reality is eventually going to set in that people have created these debts on their own and they may not be able to pay them back, which could actually result in a larger crisis than what we faced last decade in the Great Recession. So why is this happening? It's simple.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
And people want to have everything right now and maybe pay for it later. Look, if this is teaching us anything, it's that the government has in fact been spinning the truth for the last decade. People need to stop relying on the Fed to fix the problem. We need to take responsibility for our own actions as consumers. Now, yet, unfortunately, another scandal is rocking the advertising world this morning, as word comes from the ANA that they have continued to find non-transparent practices running rampant within ad agencies and holding companies. Now, here's what's going on. Essentially, agencies will bid for their clients on production for both external and internal production units. So what happens is the agencies ask external production houses for a bid. Then they ask them to up that bid in price. Then they go to their internal unit and undercut the price, therefore working directly in-house. Not only is this illegal, it's immoral. Clients need to insist on more transparency for the sake of their budgets. But this is not siloed to just production. I know a number of media houses that I've worked with in my career who push preferred media partners, especially in the digital space, for clients to buy into. Why? Because they get a kickback or they get freebies that they can in turn resell, upping their profit margins. That's yet another illegal practice. You know, companies like Procter & Gamble, earlier this year, P&G took the bull by the horns, insisting on total transparency and audits for digital media buys, and they followed through with their threat. They cut back on over $100 million in digital spend this year. We need to do better as an industry for the client. Guys, they entrust us to be responsible with their budgets. We need to act accordingly. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of Hill Story Marketing. I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. We would love to hear from you, so please email us at thedailymixtv@gmail.com. Have a great rest of your afternoon, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow.